Thank you all for being here this morning. We want to talk a little bit about the border and the issues that are there. The administration continues to say that the open border policy is compassionate and that it is humane. And Senator Hyde-Smith, Senator Britt, and I were recently there at the border. We spent 2 days in January in the Del Rio sector, and we were working with local, state, and federal law enforcement. And while we were there on the banks of the Rio Grande, we watched about 24 migrants try to cross. In this group, you had children, you had adults, a mom, and you had a grandmother. You had a pregnant woman. And they were coming across the freezing water. They come up on the banks. We talk to them. We ask them, "Why are you here?" And they say, "Biden told us to come." So they feel like it is an open border. There are large group crossings that are commonplace. You all are seeing this on video footage that is running live there at the border, the drones that are capturing this. It is chaos, and that is allowing the cartels to distract and overwhelm the Border Patrol. While the agents are stuck in the office doing paperwork, cartel scouts order smugglers to areas where the Border Patrol is not. They're trying to sneak criminal illegal aliens and drugs and other contraband into the country undetected. During our trip, we were honored to be accompanied by a former Mexican congresswoman and also by a human trafficking survivor. We've heard how the cartels kidnap young women and girls to be exploited for sex and labor. Carla, who is truly one of the bravest women I have met and a survivor of human trafficking and sex trafficking, was raped thousands of times from the time she was 12 until she escaped when she was 16. After we got back here, I was determined to do something to protect the victims. And Senator Britt and Senator Hyde-Smith and I are introducing the Stop Taxpayer Funding of Traffickers Act. That would ensure that taxpayer funds are not forced to fund the lifestyles of offenders who are making our country more dangerous. The bill prohibits anybody charged with drug or human trafficking at our international borders or in our territorial waters from receiving federal government benefits. Currently, even after offenders are charged with federal drug and human trafficking offenses, many of them continue to live in government housing and receive other government benefits while they persist in exploiting and trafficking women and children or smuggling drugs and fentanyl into this country. The legislation will put an end to our tax dollars subsidizing traffickers. It also has the support of several law enforcement associations and law enforcement officers. Last year alone, law enforcement seized over 14,000 pounds of fentanyl at the border. That's enough to kill over 3.3 billion people. President Biden's open border policies have emboldened the cartels and caused human trafficking to grow from a $500 million a year industry in 2018 to a $13 billion a year industry. Criminal cartels are earning as much as $14 million each and every day. It is time for us to put a stop to this.